Good
Rob?
evening. Welcome to Damage Does D&D. This is episode 17 of The Investigators, or Unnamed Campaign, whichever you prefer. I don't really care. It's The Investigators.
Investigators confirmed.
Yeah, there you go. DM says so. So, speaking of DMs, Martin, take it away.
So, last time, the party had arrived back in Kentichi, had organised a meeting with 2 of the 7 Mage Council members to discuss their findings in Valaya. And some mistrust was thrown at an absent member of that council, Several. The elf that likes to dabble in unknown magics. There was a bit of shopping and a bit of talking, and I don't think a great deal more happened than that. We ended with the party at their house, and Lucrezia, their conduit to the council, turned up to have a little chat and asked the party to have a real investigate of Several and to take a look at his lab, which is in the sister town to the capital of Passa, split off some time ago. Try and keep the capital clean. And that's kind of where we finished off. So over to you guys. We're still in the evening. Any discussions to be had?
So, when are we going then?
Well, I think we should be going as soon as possible, right? So, first thing in the morning would be best.
So, we're going to the port, I see. That's right, isn't it?
Well, did we not... He says, reaching for his notes. Sorry, too many parcels. Yeah, okay. So we basically have two places to go really. It's the laboratory in the tower that he has, which possibly will be heavily guarded. And then there's we can go and speak to the gang boss in Amia to get entry to the warehouse that he has down there.
I don't think we'll be getting into the Mage Tower. A high-level wizard such as him would have...
Wouldn't have thought so,
ways.
but we should start with his, certainly his the warehouse where he does this experimentation, which is down near the docks.
Yes. Well. First thing in the morning, then.
Absolutely. Sorry.
I
Go back. Sorry.
do not know much about wizards, but will want to get my sword before we go.
Why? Where did you leave it?
With the smiths.
Oh, right. I see. So you were sort of having it fixed or something?
Improved.
Ah, excellent.
Did you say you used to live around there, Mazdak?
Absolutely, yes. I know the area quite well.
Perhaps you could come up with some kind of map based on what you remember.
Certainly, he said, looking at the DM.
Certainly, he says, frantically scanning notes. Yes, I can absolutely get that to you in a few minutes when I dig everything out.
Cool.
But we'll carry on for now.
I will retire to my library bedroom.
Yeah.
My bedry.
Good night, all.
And
Good night.
go sleep.
You're asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you'll retire for the evening. Everyone just going to sleep, or anyone doing anything, or anything?
I'm just gonna. No, I'm actually just. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to sleep. I'm fine.
Just gonna go to sleep.
Okay, so just grabbing.
She gave us the address of the warehouse type thing, didn't she?
No,
You didn't.
no. Just posting. There you go.
No, that we were going to speak to the gang boss to see if they would know where the warehouse was.
So yeah, to confirm, Lucrezia does not know where the lab is located, but suspects that one of the gangs do, and has directed you towards, or given you the name of Inimaya, the leader of what's considered the nice gang around there. But no direct way to contact them. Just
did
given
we say that I would have heard of them?
Yeah.
And would know roughly where to go to find one of them, somebody.
You would think to head to the market. Certainly, if you're going in the morning, the market almost directly off the dock brings in and sells bulk goods straight off the ships. That's a good place to head to for any gang activity. And with your just give me a history check, Mazdak.
History, so 16 plus 6 is 22.
Wow, nice. So, when people talk about the nice gang, that in itself, is harsh towards this group of individuals. The crime levels in Passa are insanely high. Things are run by gangs, mostly the one bad gang. The good gang was kind of set up in a way to combat them and try and bring some power back to civilians. And they've kind of been, certainly in Cantici, labelled as another rival gang. But that's not really the way it is on the streets of Passa, which is something you would certainly know.
Okay. Cool. Righty-o.
So you'll get a good night's sleep and take long rests, and can swap spells out and whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, let's just take a long rest.
You can get up when you're ready and head off.
Do we have any idea where this lab might be, or we've got to try and find it first?
Well, if we go to the docks first, we can. I can ask around for Inomia. It's complicated, but they're not really a gang as such. It's kind of more of a sort of citizens' brigade almost, to try and sort of take power from the gangs and give it back to the people, if you know what I mean. It's complicated, but we can go there, and they should be able to let us know where this sort of warehouse laboratory is.
Well, like a citizen's guard kind of thing?
Not quite a guard, more
Organised vigilantes.
yeah, more yes.
Militia. militia.
Again, not quite that organised. It's more sort of vigilante style than a organised militia.
This ought to be what have called it.
So even before we get into the lab, I'm assuming we need to be on our guard somewhat.
Oh, absolutely. The crime levels down there are high. So we need to be very aware of our money and our items, and yes, anything that you wish to keep safe, probably leave it here.
Yeah, basically anything y'all don't want to carry or don't need to carry, just leave it in the house.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some time to remove most of my gold from my person.
Yeah, I'll leave most of mine back at the house as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to leave most of mine. I'm going to retain probably a pouch of 10.
Yeah. I'll take 10 gold with me.
I'll take
The
13 gold and 5 silver.
The rest will be hidden behind books on my bookshelves.
Okay. So you wander out and you wander down these beautiful, clean Cantesian streets where there's pops of greenery that are well maintained, and you start to get towards the edge of the city or the border between the two settlements, and things very clearly and very quickly begin to get more dirty, less looked after. There's no greenery left there anymore, and to the point where it even feels like just the air is darker than it was. I mean, clearly that's just less reflection from the nice, clean limestone from the city and the going into the dirty brickwork of Passa. And it's not a huge place. Sorry,
So a bit closer, I'm just kind of scanning, looking around, kind of dredging up the old tool set that I used to use.
I'm going to keep an eye out for any sort of any of the good gang or any of the bad people, that are taking an interest in us.
And I assume we went to the smith's first thing to retrieve our items.
That's true.
Oh, yes, you were going to do that. You can absolutely, we'll just call that done.
Mm-hmm.
You've gone and picked those up.
Too.
Yeah, just remind me what you had done. It'll be on your character sheets, I'm sure, but...
I obtained a rod.
Well, hey!
Yours the one that gives you AC, Joe?
Yeah, the greatsword that gives you AC if you hit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
the warding or something?
Warding enchantment, yeah. Yes. When you successfully hit something, your armor class increases until the end of your next turn. I think the details of that were posted to people, so...
Yeah.
As we stroll along, because my passive is 20, and, how many people are sort of scoping us?
Are you just doing that on peripheral, or are you...
Yeah, just to be fair, it's sort of Cross just lumbering as he does normally, very nonchalantly, just walking, and just trying to scope out the corner of his eye whether people...
Okay. Well, I suppose if you're actively looking in your peripherals, you and Mazdak make perception checks, because you were both keeping a lookout for...
I'd generally just be walking down the middle of the road because no one usually ever bothers me.
Generally, yeah.
You have to be very brave to do so.
I got 15 plus 2 is 17.
Cool. And Kral?
16.
16. Okay. So neither of you notice anyone paying any particular attention to you. what you do notice is that of the people that you see, you never see any individual person walking. They're in groups of 3-ish, generally speaking. But people keep their head down and just go where they're going to in small groups.
I'm gonna take a dagger out and be nonchalantly picking my nails with it.
Oh no.
Glad you said that, because I thought you were going to say picking my nose.
Oh!
That would be the wrong time to fall over, wouldn't it?
Give yourself a frontal lobotomy.
I'm a barbarian, I don't need one.
That's true.
So I probably wouldn't notice much difference.
So you carry on walking. There are you stick to the main streets, as I'm sure Mazdak would advise.
Absolutely, go main streets. Yeah, literally. So what we need to do is project an air of kind of, well, you're all doing it really. You're all big and heavily armoured. I'll stay in the middle.
That's very true. There are 4 large, well-armoured people and Mazdak.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Surprised he hasn't dived headfirst into Carl's shell.
Well, you need me to direct, so I'm like, oh, yes, this way.
Yeah. And following Mazdak's direction, you very quickly and easily make your way to, or begin to hear and smell the market. As previously described, this is mostly for bulk purchasing of, for like restaurants and things. They just want to get things cheaply straight off the ship in bulk. It's not like an individual's market. But that smell, that strong smell of fish that you get from any dockside area is very strong, and you can follow your nose and find where you're going to. And you find this reasonably sized market with dozens of stalls and people milling around and doing what they're doing.
Okay, I'm going to start looking around for anyone that I would recognise, and or anyone that I think would be approachable to ask for Inimaya. Inimaya, sorry. Yeah, so
Note that down phonetically.
I have indeed.
Phonetically, not frenetically, unless you try really quickly. Okay. Moo, yeah, make another perception check. Yeah.
Oh, that went well. 9.
9, okay.
When it matters.
Don't see anyone you recognise immediately, but it's nice just to walk around a reasonably familiar area, bustling with people and lots going on.
Smells like home.
Yeah.
Is there anyone watching us? Not in a sense of they might be an easy mark, but more in a sense of what are they doing here? Can we trust them? Kind of sense.
Okay, make an insight check. Insight check a crowd of people.
We're not quite at Fiddy levels, but we're going.
We're getting there.
It's a higher number than Mazdak's.
Yay!
11.
No, again, you don't really notice. There's lots of distraction. There are people going, "Oh, you want to buy some rice?" and things as you're passing, and you're brushing them off. But not seeing anything yet. Carl, Dalen, Sasha, what are you guys doing or looking for?
I'm just waiting for them to find the person we've got to speak to.
Fair enough.
And trying to look intimidating.
Easily done.
I'm going to get out a gold coin and start flicking it up and down like you do. Like people do when they're trying to get the attention of somebody. And just sort of be looking around pointedly.
Okay. Again, lots of vendors try and sort of jump out and go, "Hey, Yeah, you love you. You really. You want to come and see my potatoes? I don't mean that rude. You know that. But these are the best.
I'm sure they are, but I'm not interested.
Sorry?
The only thing I want is information.
Oh, right. On what sort of thing? You look
Really?
like you're willing to pay for the information, so I might as well keep talking.
You know more, about more things than just potatoes?
Obviously, I'm pretty good on music.
Hmm.
Or local culture.
Well, we are looking for someone in particular.
Okay.
Nehemiah?
Nehemiah. Yeah, I've heard of them. Everyone has. Don't know where to find them.
And then I'll just catch the coin and walk away at that point.
Just commit some crime or something. They'll find you.
Hmm.
Don't steal from me.
Right, I'm just going to look around. Is anybody focused on, apart from merchants, focused on that gold coin that Sasha is flicking up in the air? Is there any sort of street rats hanging about? Known runners for the gang, the baddies, obviously. Is there anybody like that hanging about or doing, or having seen this have run off?
Okay. I mean, instinctively, I want to say make another perception check, but if you want to make a different sort of check and
Well,
tell me what you're doing, feel
yeah.
free.
Basically, knowing how the gang operates, as in they'll have runners posted somewhere, literally all round the market. I want to see. I know that there's going to be one that's pretty close, and I want to see if they've noticed, if I can spot them, and if they're about to leg it off. So I'm kind of trying to use my local knowledge from when I was a oik to see if they've changed their patterns at all. So I'm kind of angling for an insight, really.
Okay, you can make an insight, and yeah, and given your history and knowledge of the area, you can have advantage as well.
Okay. Well, that's very good that I've got advantage because I rolled a natural one on that one. That's a bit better. That's 12. 17.
Okay. So as you take that glance around looking for very specific types of people, you see someone just disappear behind very quickly, very decisively behind the market stall.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, I think we've definitely been noticed. Somebody, I'm fairly certain it's not from the people we actually want to speak to, but the exact opposite. But either way, we will be hearing from them soon.
Good.
Well, I don't know that that's a good thing.
Just
but it might
stay behind us, Mazdak. You'll be fine.
Oh, I intend to fully. But it might.
It's like this, Mazdak. If it's the good people, that's good. If it's the bad people, we hit them very hard, and the good people come.
This also, I was about to say, it probably will draw Inamaya to us as well. So, what we could do is, if we go behind this stall, and I want to sort of direct everybody to the way that the person ran.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming it's down a little back alley behind the market stall. So if we go this way, but we need to be prepared to be ambushed. Okay? Just in case.
That sounds like fun.
Well,
I will put the coin back in between my bosoms and
noted.
pull my axe out and start just sort of absent-mindedly twirling it in one hand.
Mazda, how long do you think we have before they
I suspect a few minutes.
right?
Because there was
Bear with me just a minute,
Okay.
and you'll see sort of Kral makes several arcane symbols in the air and touch 3 places on his shell, and you'll just see the sort of the arcane cannon on top of the shell.
Okay. You do that as you sort of head back the way you came a bit, and then follow or directed by Mazdak round the particular corner that he saw someone. As you get out of the immediate noise cacophony of the market, you can hear some voices around the corner. There seem to be, or Kral in particular, with such a high passive perception. I'm not sure what everyone's passives are. 11, 20,
Half of Celeste's.
18, 18.
11.
12. Dalen, you'd notice as well. Just pick up on everyone kind of hears the voices, but Dalen and Kral, you can hear 2 sort of angry voices and 1 upset, defensive. And as you come around the corner, what's the order? Who's first at least?
Oh, me.
Noted.
Absolutely me.
I'll probably be right behind.
I'll be behind Dalen in my normal position.
Yeah.
I'll be right at the back.
Okay. So, Sasha, as you turn around this corner of the stone building, you can see 1 person pressed up against the wall by another person with a third stood off, and the 2 aggressors are shouting, "Where's the money?" sort of thing.
I'm going to go up, rest my axe on my shoulder and put my arm around one of them and go, "Hello, gentlemen, what seems to be the issue here?"
What the fuck do you want? He sort of turns.
Well, personally, I'm always up for a good fight, but... And I'm just going to stare at him.
Okay. Give me an intimidation check.
Is the person being held up against the wall the runner, or is it somebody completely different?
No, not the runner.
Okay.
Someone different.
Could she get advantage because I'm standing behind her, staring down at him?
Yeah, there's 5 of you that have.
Thank you. I rolled terribly. That's not much better, but it's better. 11.
Sasha, I feel a barbarian's intimidation should come from their strength, not their charisma.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Yeah.
And then 14.
So if I do that, yeah, there you go. I've updated it on your sheet so that now it uses your strength. Yeah, up to 14. So 14, yeah, it's high enough for him to just sort of throw that person to the floor to turn to look at you lot. And the 2 aggressors kind of swivel so that they're both facing you with their backs to an empty alleyway behind them.
So while they're doing the intimidating stuff, Krala just very slowly but deliberately lumber over and pick the person up off the floor.
As I said, what seems to be the problem here, gentlemen?
This scumbag owes my boss some money.
Who is your boss?
What names? There we go. Sabiri, obviously.
And I'll turn round to Mazdak as, you know this Subiri?
Is that the head of
Yeah,
the...
that's
Yeah.
the bad.
Good.
That's the head of the bad gang.
Ah, good. And I'll punch him in the face.
Okay, make an attack.
That's 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That's 5 points of bludgeoning damage. So I've just punched him in the face.
Okay. The one guy just goes. The other one that you didn't punch, that hasn't spoken, they just bolt. The one that you then punched, Jesus, gets up and starts to just run away.
That was a bit pathetic.
Do we chase them or do we wait?
I've got. If I get a £5 stone, could I use catapult to fling it at the back of his head and knock him out?
In the split moment that you've got before Dalen hits him, he gets up and runs away. You're picking a guy up off the floor. I'm not sure you've really got the.
No, I mean when the because are they both running or is he just the one guy? Okay.
But they're both gone. Yeah, they're both running.
Okay, can I cast? I've got 60-foot range on it. Can I cast grease in front of the runners?
You certainly can.
Awesome. So they need to make Dex 14 save.
Okay.
And it's difficult terrain, 10-foot square.
So the first guy who ran, who is unpunched in the face, sort of wobbles a bit, glides over it, and then just keeps going. The guy who is now a little bit concussed, let's say, just gets caught completely off guard by this and falls on his arm.
If I start running, how closely can I catch up to the other guy that doesn't slip?
To the guy that doesn't slip,
You'll have to make
In
your
this
Dex
moment.
save. You should go through the grease, though.
yeah,
Just thinking.
he-
Because I just realised I have a certain spell. I was gonna Misty Step to land in front of him. It depends on how far he got.
what's your range on Misty Step?
30 feet.
Yeah, I think he's probably out of that by now.
Yeah, but Bernia can move and then Misty Step. That's why they want to know how far.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say if you wanted to catch up with the person still running, I'll say, yeah, bring Misty Step, you can do it.
I'll Misty Step in front of him and get ready to kind of tackle him as he's running towards me.
Okay.
Can I go over to the one that slipped over and grab him by his collar and just start dragging him back?
Yep, you can do that. Make just contest strength with me. I don't suppose you'll have too much trouble, but no, not when I roll a 5.
18.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
he's
get it.
prone anyway, so.
Yes.
And he's on slippery surface, so he should just glide right along
So
like a hockey puck.
while these lot are subduing them, I'll be speaking to our friend that we've just picked up. Well, what's your name, friend?
Sorry, Devan.
Right. And why would they? Why do you owe money to the bad folk?
Protection money, you know what they're like. They come along, they threaten your business, they tell you to give them part of your earnings, and if you say no, they just put you out of business.
So
Have you told Inamaya?
Not directly, but they know. They do what they can.
Why are you out by yourself?
I was selling stuff, and they dragged me back here.
I see. Right.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, I hope that we haven't caused any additional fuss for you.
I have no idea.
How much money is it owed, by the way?
Well, it starts out at like 5% of your turnover, and then it goes up and up. And I can't afford to keep paying. Not with rent around here as well. It's like 30% they want of my business now.
Have I been able to intercept the other
No.
guy?
You went, boom, boop, and then this guy just like hits you in the chest as you appear in front of them.
Very cowardly to run. Come, we would speak with you. And I'm going to
Very
pick him up.
cowardly
And...
to outnumber.
We will see. I'm just going to pick him up and start dragging him back.
Okay. Again, just contest strength with me.
Ooh.
Not much better.
Average. Strength. 14.
You beat my 8.
As I drag him, I'm just going to sort of say to the guy, do you know that's possibly one of the most pathetic displays I've ever seen in my life?
He's just like trying to beat your arm to like get it off his collar when she's dragging him.
As she's dragging him back and can see him flailing, I'll sort of like just whisper to Kez, and Kez will basically walk up, sit on his chest, and pull out his little mechanical pistol and just basically push it right up the end of his nose.
Okay. So you bring the two people, sit them down, subdue them in certain ways. So Kez is sat on one of them, who's already got a squished nose and has now got a pistol pointed at it.
I'm going to go into a very practiced position of kind of laying him on his front and kneeling on his back, holding his arms together.
Okay.
I do not know how things work here, but do you think Inamaya would appreciate having these two taken off of their streets?
Oh, absolutely.
And there's another voice suddenly then behind you guys. Yes, I think she would be very pleased with that, actually.
I will spin round. Is this Inamaya or is it somebody even worse?
No, this is you'd probably consider another grunt.
Right. Okay.
But he's not, well, doesn't look perturbed by the situation. But he does very handy work, actually. I heard there was going to be some trouble here, so I was coming to help, but you seem to have dealt with it.
Yes, well, you see, we were looking for Inamaya. We need some information that
Right.
we're pretty sure that she has. And we were attempting to get your, or someone like you, your attention, and we came across these two things hassling a local businessman. So we decided to step in to assist. And yes, this is how you find us.
Well,
Apparently they want to extort 30% of this guy's revenue from him.
they've gone up to 30% now. Well,
But the first sign of danger, these pipsqueaks bolted.
well, yes, they're not the brightest.
Most criminals are cowards. They use leverage and threats that are often empty to get money. I've seen that
And
before.
to be fair, these two were kids that were brought up in this. They don't know any better. It's unfortunately one of a few ways that people can make a living around here. So, you're looking for my boss?
Yes, please.
Well,
What do you want doing with these?
it's up to you. We tend to try and play fairer and better than them. We don't, sink them in the harbor or anything. So,
Perhaps, and I'll just step forward to the one that. Sorry, names have all leapt out of my brain.
Sasha?
Bernia has.
Bernia.
yep.
Say, perhaps it would be a good idea to speak to this nice gentleman. Perhaps he could put a good word in for you, so you could change teams, perhaps. Maybe help people rather than, trying to extort money from them.
There's no money in that.
Yes, but what there
How
is,
am I supposed to feed myself?
but what there is prestige, and people will be kinder to you, and perhaps you will get a job with one of the businessmen you are now assisting.
You do realise if you continue to extort these people, they will not be able to continue their business, and therefore there will not be any money left to extort.
And if I stop working for Sabiri, he will chop my fucking hands off. And two,
Then I'll chop his head off first.
yeah, sure. You and about $50,000 that I've tried.
I mean,
Fucking newcomers.
you got two choices, friend. You can either turn over a new leaf, or my little friend there will make sure that you don't procreate and don't pollute the gene pool any further. And you'll see Kezzy's aim swap from the guy's nose to his nuts,
Yeah.
and then pull out a second pistol.
Yeah.
We'll lead
That,
on to the ear of the one that I have pinned. I have arrested hundreds of criminals. The ones that have left on to go continue thieving have been captured again. You were lucky that you were captured by people that have consciences.
Yeah.
Next time, it won't happen. Next time you may be killed. Perhaps not by your current boss, but...
Well, if I get stopped by one of Inamaya's lot, yeah, they just let us go all the time anyway. What does it matter?
Eldritch Blast. I got fed up with him. There's only so far Mazdak will be nice to. So, yeah. So I will do an Eldritch Blast. That's an 18 to hit.
Most definitely here.
That's 10 points of damage.
His face is no more.
I'll turn to the other one. So, perhaps a change in career would be a very good plan. What do you think?
Sounds like it.
Good. So,
Please don't piss on my boots.
Okay.
I'm just imagining that he got a bit scared by that and peed himself.
Is that what people do where you're from? No, I won't do that.
yes, it's a kink she has.
As I was about to suggest to your friend here, go somewhere else. Find work out of the city. A different town, a different village.
Does he have a gold purse on his belt?
Yep.
I'm going to lift it off and I'm going to give it to the shopkeeper.
And how am I supposed to do anything if I've got no money to do anything with? That's real nice of you.
And then he'll take the one off the dead one, open it up. How much is in it?
7 gold.
is going to take half of that out, give him the other half, and give the other half to the shopkeeper. Pat him on the back and send him on his way.
Okay. Well, Devan just leaves without. I mean, he says, "Thank you," and leaves. All right, I'll go. What? Fine.
I mean, you can just go and you can turn over a new leaf, or my friend here is going to blast you in the face. Your choice.
He
What
very
about-
much likes blasting people in the face. I tell you, it ruins all my fun.
I get that. I do have family here.
Well,
Mhm.
perhaps. Now, this is a very good plan. Perhaps you should think about joining Inamaya's side. If you have family here, you can protect them by joining the side that doesn't want to kill people. And as I'm saying this, there's just a little flicker of purple energy around my fingers.
There was definite confusion that like, from you. He kind of like looks over at the guy stood at the back. He kind of goes. So they wander over, offer a hand if you'll allow them to pick
Absolutely,
up
I should just sort
the
of back away and cancel the building Eldritch Blast that was happening.
and the
People say I have a short temper.
Oh, it's not a temper. It's just a way of getting things done.
so they lift them up to their feet, stick a hand on their shoulder, and just sort of whisper something to them, and they sort of nod and then wander off. Thank you for your assistance in that matter.
Yes, I
Looking
think,
down at faceless body.
I think I may have got a little bit too enthusiastic. I didn't actually mean to melt him.
These people do not have magical resistances.
Yeah,
But
I know. Well,
There is a reason that my sword stayed on my back, Master. You
Yes,
do
it's
not
a bit
make things
difficult
better
to
by killing people.
indeed,
a bit difficult to measure the damage when you're throwing spells around.
Yes, well, I don't have a sword.
You have us.
It's fine, Master. These things happen.
It was an accident. I didn't mean to actually melt him.
don't worry. This was a robbery that went wrong.
Yes, it's very wrong. Well, for him anyway.
So
Makes a change.
I will have somebody come and clean this mess up.
Thank you very much. Very kind.
And if you want to speak with Inamaya, then head to the Crow and Anchor,
Crow.
a tavern you would know of.
Yeah.
Sorry, the what anchor?
The Crow and Anchor. Or the Crow Anchor.
The Crunker. Or the Cronker.
Cronker.
Cronker!
I will speak with Inamaya, and if she is interested in talking with overzealous vigilantes,
Well, sorry.
then I will certainly express the intent to help, in which you, of course, you did. There was some collateral.
Okay.
I won't hold that against you.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind. So the Crow and Anchor, then. That's not too far from here, actually. We could, if we go back out to the market and then go along, we can Yes, I know the way from here.
I will see you there.
Okay, thank you.
It won't necessarily be sit down 5 minutes later. Just stay there a while.
Sure, yes, of course. And your name, sorry? I'm Mazdak, by the way.
Mazdak. Nice to meet you. I am Lamek.
Lamik.
Sasha. This is Dalen, Bernier, and Kral.
Good to meet you. You're not from here, are you? Are you from the capital?
I used to pass through quite regularly on deliveries for my boss. Well, my fathering figure.
Okay. A seaman.
Cannon maker.
Oh. Right. Yes. Very good.
I'm local. I used to work here. I used to live here.
Ah. Well,
I know
yes.
my way
You
around.
knew the way. Yes. Well, I don't suppose it's got much better since you were last here, but we are trying.
Probably not, but well, there's 2 less to worry about now.
We will offer that one some safety and a chance to do some good.
Yes, perhaps the shopkeep he was hassling could be instrumental in helping him back into society.
It would be nice.
Perhaps a job there with him or something. Who knows?
Part of
Maybe.
part of what we are trying to do is to change people's minds on how we handle the crime and convincing people to hire those that have terrorized them is part of it, but it's difficult.
Yes,
Is
no, I understand.
half of being a guard preventing things from happening again?
Would lopping the snake's head off make a difference?
The one I've sent away, or
No,
this one?
I think she's implying Sibiri.
Oh, Sibiri.
That might be a little beyond our reach.
Sibiri, let's say, would not have had such a reaction to that as this person did. They are incredibly strong and taller even than your friend here.
Yes. So the Crow and Anchor, we could
Yes.
go there, and Sasha could indulge in rum or something.
Indeed, get a drink, have something to eat. It's okay. But
never used to be. It used to be terrible.
Well, I'm glad it's got marginally better then.
Oh, well, it couldn't have got any worse.
Yes, they changed the chef. They don't put half a kilo of salt on every meal now.
Good, that was a problem.
It helps that they're using fresh meat rather than... It doesn't matter. No, it's slightly better.
It's all good. It's all good. Right, okay. So, we will see you very shortly, Lamik. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll direct the gang, our gang, the investigators, not any other gang, to...
You're going to start a rival gang.
The Crow and Anchor. I mean, it's a possibility.
So you wander your way back through the streets off to the Crow and Anchor. It is a large tavern type thing, 2 stories, right on the sort of edge of the dock on the far end, on the eastern side of the dock. And it's midday-ish by now, probably, so there's plenty of custom going in to get some lunch. There's a little bit to do. There's a darts board and things in the corner. It's a proper old school pub.
I mean, given the fact that we're waiting for somebody and we need to be ready to go into action, don't treat it like we're drinking of an evening. Maybe a couple, but stay sober.
Don't worry, I wasn't planning on challenging anyone to a drinking competition just yet.
Well, it never hurts to reiterate that we need to be ready to go.
This is not my first rodeo, Carl, but noted.
You've done some rodeo. You've done some Minotaur riding.
Oh, yeah.
You're a Minotaur girl.
Not as much as quarantine, but...
Okay. Yeah, so I will look about for a table that's fairly visible, so that we can be seen from people coming in through the door.
Yeah.
If there's one available.
There's as you go in, turn the left, down a little bit. There's a corner table there. There's benches along the side. You can see the bar from there, and someone who sort of sat on the side can see the front door open.
Okay. So I'll have a water. Does anybody else want anything?
I'll have a beer.
A beer.
And so will I.
A beer.
Same.
A beer. 3 beers. Carl?
If they've got any juice, I'll have that. If not, I'll have water with you.
Okay. I will make my way up to the bar and catch the barkeep's attention.
Oh, get the special, whatever that would be.
Okay.
There's sort of limping, thoughtful, hobble up. Hey,
Could I have 3 beers, please? 2 waters and a packet of roast ox crisps. No. And
You are in, mate. I'll smack your face in.
what's the... what is the special, chef special today, if there is one?
there's the fish today.
Fish. Oh, lovely. Yes, we will have 5 of the fish, please.
It's just fish.
Fish. Fish, please.
Oh. 3 beers,
Mm,
2 waters,
yes.
5 fish.
Yes.
That'll be 4 silver, please.
I will put 4 silver across onto the bar.
It'll be right along.
Marvellous, thank you.
He goes in very slowly towards these beers. Just kind of like looks at you. What are you doing? I'll bring them over if you want.
Oh, okay, thank you. That will be great. I'll take these 2. I'll go across and give Sasha and Bernia their beers. Dalen, the other one, your beer is coming along as our waters.
Thank you, Mazdak.
You're welcome. Oh, and
Thank you.
it's fish.
Good. I like fish a lot.
That'll do nicely.
I'm not entirely sure it will be fantastic, but, you know, things may have changed.
It'll be fine.
Cannot remember the last time I ate fish.
Well, we are in a port city, after all.
He comes on over with the other 3 drinks on a tray. Puts them on the table. Fish will be out in 10 minutes.
Thank you. Very kind.
Right, you are.
Tonight's fish is trout a la creme. Enjoy your meal.
Fish.
That went through her head as well. I will. So yeah, 10 minutes later, these 5 plates, clearly 5 different fish, come out, and they just slap down.
I'll
Thank
grab
you.
one of the bigger fish.
Thank you very much. Very kind. Are there any actual cutlery, or is it just a pick it up and gnaw on it job?
There's no cutlery. There's one of those little stations off to the side in the pub. It's got the little sachets of ketchup and mayonnaise, and
I will go and grab a bunch of that and just throw it on a table.
yeah, there's potatoes and a couple of bits of what once was green.
Yeah, it's still green but slightly blanched. Yeah, gotcha.
Boiled to death.
No flavour left whatsoever. Okay.
Less flavour than your water, which is oddly salty.
Yeah.
Doesn't actually bother Kral. He quite enjoys it.
What's the beer like?
Slightly salty?
Not slightly salty, but it's this beer is like 2%.
Watery piss.
It's probably beer shandy, just beer mixed with water.
Yeah.
So it probably is a little bit salty actually, given the water.
Nasdaq, I thought you'd ordered us beers.
That's what I ordered. I did say this is not a brilliant place. You know, when actually this is kind of a step up from last time I was here. Last time it was very salty.
I mean,
Don't mind the salt.
some people like that sort of thing.
Well, yes. I'm not one of those people.
Salt is the cheapest seasoning, and that's what they use on everything. At least this time there is, a couple of different colours on that plate, not just the sort of beige that it would have been in the past.
I've had worse.
It's a step
I'll
up
just-
from mystery meat, I suppose.
Now it's mystery fish.
Yeah.
Eat with gusto because I don't care.
It's it's edible.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
Kral's eating one. There's literally just like a spine and a tail left.
Classic. Really just like going, come out as a skeleton.
Essentially, yes.
I'll then use one of the fish bones to pick my teeth.
That's all they're good for. So,
So I'm
you,
going to have a quick glance around in the pub. It's been a long time since I've been here, but is there anybody paying close attention to us? Anybody? In fact, yeah. Is there anybody that sticks out that shouldn't be here? Like, dressed too posh, or just not your average dock worker, market person, but someone that really shouldn't be here.
okay, you make a perception check.
Okay, let's do a perception check. Where's my perception? There we go. Oh, that's classic. 4. The salt is very distracting.
Mustache was there.
Yeah. It's pretty busy. There's lots of people in and out all the time, lots of different types of people.
Yep.
It's difficult to tell.
Okay, fair enough.
Are there any shadow singers in here?
Ooh. No. I'll just say no. We won't worry
Okay.
about the check. Yeah. You would be attuned to looking out for those peeps. But no, you don't notice any. And you're in there, you sit and you eat and you have your drinks. You sit and wait. And you're probably in there 2 hours.
I'd probably have about a beer every hour
Okay.
because it's kind of cheap stuff.
Yes, it's very cheap stuff.
So, A plan, I think, would be good. So if we do find the location of this laboratory, obviously we need to scope the place out, make sure it's not trapped, etc. Magical things, blah 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 blah. But what we're really looking for is some kind of local teleportation device from the warehouse to his tower. That I think would be, a dead giveaway. That and also give us a way into the tower if he's not in the laboratory.
Yes, well, we still need to check out the lab to see if we can find out
Definitely.
anything.
We need to turn it, investigate it thoroughly, so that we can find any evidence at all.
While we're having this conversation, I'll probably be playing cards with Bernier and anybody else who wanted to join in.
Yeah, fair enough. Lots of tables doing that sort of thing.
Mazdak rambles on and on and on about literally the hierarchy of wizards in the university and the Mage Council, and yeah, it just keeps going on and on and on, as is Mazdak's way. I would imagine everybody else tunes him out. So he's actually
Sounds like a lot of bureaucracy to me.
Oh, yes, it is. Well, it is and it isn't, because obviously there's a lot of things that need to be looked after, like the portals and the library itself.
Hit me.
And
DM writes notes of homebrew item, Mazdak cancelling headphones.
I'm simultaneously kind of playing cards with Sasha and somewhat earnestly listening to Mazdak. Just taking interest in some of the things that he says.
Yeah. It's literally like the day-to-day running of the university and the library and all of the people that Mazdak has met so far, and books that he has read, books that he wants to read, books that he's been prevented from reading because he can't reach the top shelf. And now, of course, because I'm taller, I can reach the better shelves, which is excellent, because although the ladders do go quite high, sometimes it was very difficult for me.
Another beer, please. Thank you.
And he just keeps on. Whatever.
It amazes me how different wizardly study and being a soldier is.
Yes, well, do you not have like books and classes? Do you just sit and read, and the tutor tells you, oh, this is how to stab people like this and that, and then blah 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 with a shield?
We do not do much reading. I did some for being captain, but I'd never really started.
You're a captain. Should we call you captain?
No, I'm not military anymore.
Oh, you are retired, aren't you? So to speak. Okay, well that's interesting. I wonder why they don't do more reading in the army. That would be a good thing, you'd think.
Because
perhaps
if there's only so many, there's only so much you can learn from reading how to swing a sword. It is better to swing a sword yourself.
Yeah, no, I would imagine that's probably the best idea, is for practical exams, that sort of thing, because obviously in the university we do have practical exams for magic and things like that, which is really good fun, and I'm looking forward to taking all of those. So I think I'll be quite good at the melting of things. I seem to get it, although controlling the amount of meltiness is quite difficult sometimes.
This is what I suggest. Practice so that you do not overdo it, Mazdak.
Yes, indeed. But finding the subjects to practice on is tricky. This is why we have to read, you see, to instill in our minds the discipline and the control of power.
Perhaps save your magic for when you are being attacked, and not for when you are talking to people.
I was forced to do a lot of reading when I was younger, and I must say I've probably learned more out in the world than I ever did from some book.
Well,
wow.
That is technically possible, I suppose. I certainly have learned a lot whilst travelling with you people, so I think I would say that there is a benefit from being out in the world, certainly, but I don't think it can beat book learning at all.
While all that's going on, basically, Crawl just reaches behind his head, pulls his book out with the design for the rod, and Kez essentially stands holding the book on the table, and he just starts etching the runes into the rod.
Okay.
He's taking all of it in, he's just not responding to any of it because he really doesn't care.
It's not wholly uninteresting, just in far too much detail.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like seeing someone's endless holiday photos.
Yes.
Yeah.
But to be fair, he's taking it in, but all of his actual focus is on this rod and the etching.
Okay. Be there for another hour, more beer comes out. Yeah, I can keep you topped off. No one's getting drunk off of this, though. Not something you need to worry about. You get to the sort of third hour, and Dalen and Kral, you notice a familiar figure enter the bar, and it's Lamek from earlier.
He is.
Sorry, what?
There's there's our boy.
Ah. Mastak will just sort of stand up and go,
And they come over. Well, thank you for your patience.
oh, no problem. I was just we were discussing interesting topics about magic and the use of learning, and lots of interesting discussions, actually. What is it you prefer? Is it books, or is it general real-world experience? Because we have a split, you see. I think that books are more important, but there is an argument for actually the world experience, which I concede is useful and probably needed. But I prefer to stay in my tower and read a book.
Well, as someone who did attend the university in study of being a wizard, I do appreciate the use of books. But since I couldn't afford the tuition, I ended up here.
Yes.
And the real world experience has done me no end of good. So both, I
Yes,
would say,
indeed.
in equal measure.
Well, I'm not sure about equal, but certainly both are needed.
I think the more you see the real world, the more you will appreciate what it can do for you.
Possibly.
I mean, he's got a point.
Well,
So, I have spoken with the boss.
right. Good.
And,
Yes.
she would like to have a conversation with you.
Awesome.
So what we need to do, because we do like to keep these, and he sort of sat down, Spectre, and he's sort of leading it, like trying to be casual, but speaking quietly.
Yeah.
We do like to keep these things quiet. We don't want to advertise the location of the boss, because that would be dangerous. So what we need to do is use our special relationship with this establishment, and we can take you to the boss from here.
Ooh.
So one by one, over the course of 20 minutes or so, if somebody gets up, goes through that door over there,
Right.
you will find a teleportation circle.
Awesome.
The door they pointed to is sort of adjacent to the bar, sort of next to but behind the bar.
Yeah.
Just give Stan, the barman there, just make sure he knows you're with me. That's Stahn. Just let Stan know you're coming to see me, and he will make sure that you can pass through the door. There you will find a teleportation circle in which you will be brought to me. I will go through first.
Awesome.
Try not to do this too obviously. and don't all just get up and pile through. If you could spread it out a little bit. If you could make it look like you're heading to the restroom or something.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I will see all of you
Okay.
at different times very soon.
Right. Yes. Slightly raised. Nice to see you again.
I will see you in a week or so.
Okay. Bye.
They wander off, give Stan a nod, head through this dormant stuff, and they disappear.
Okay. So
I deal Dalen in and kind of look to Mazdak if he wants to join the guards.
no,
Well.
thank you. So we need to discuss who will need to use the restroom first.
Well, I can go up on the pretense of having a conversation there with another turtle.
Yes. Yes. If you go first, and then Dalen, then myself, then Bernia, and then Sasha. Is that a good way to do things?
I mean, it would make sure that nobody's following you.
And also, we've only left Sasha by herself, as I feel if leaving me by myself would be a bad move in this particular establishment.
I mean, that's good thinking.
Well, book learning.
Easy target.
Actually, that's more street learning from when I was younger. But, same thing.
A healthy dose of both will do you good.
Excellent. Okay. So, and I'll just take out my book and sit and study and look. And I will write in the back of my book, is this a trap?
Okay.
And I will await the answer.
Yep.
Cool. Put his equipment away and stretch. And then get up and sort of make his way over to the bar to talk to Stan.
Okay. Let's see, I must be... You spell that? Yes, there we go. Well, hey.
And yeah, so he'll go for it in Akron. He'll sort of like just tip the brim of his hat. Well, it's strange to see one of our kind this far over here.
No. We don't travel too far from the homeland normally.
No. I mean, how do you end up here? I got washed away in a storm.
Oh, nasty. I had fallen out with the folks and just sailed away.
Yeah, if you don't mind, Lamek's expecting me, so I'll be moseying on through.
Right, y'all. Go on through, buddy.
And then sort of like he'll just cycle through the doorway.
Yeah, when you first get there and give it a push, there's a bit of resistance, but you sort of look at Stan and he just sort of flicks a little switch or a button and it releases the door. And you go on through. There is indeed a room, a cupboard, basically,
Yeah.
with simply just a teleportation circle in the middle of the floor. You step through that, and you get transported away. You appear in a waiting room, effectively. There's some nice comfy seats. There's some magazines. It's like going to the dentist. These magazines are at least 3 years out of date as well,
Yeah.
of course.
Well, he knows he's probably going to be in for a little bit of a wait, so he'll sit down, put Kez on the table in front of him with the book, literally pull out his the tools and the rod, and just carry on etching.
Yeah. So what we'll do is take a quick break. Over the course of this break, the game will continue auto-playing in the background, where there will be a slight pause, and then someone will go through. And when we pick back up in 5 or 10 minutes, everyone will be in the waiting room.
Like magic.
Oh, I had a plan about how I was going to do everything.
Did you?
Yeah,
You can go in last, so we can pick back up before you go through if you want.
sure.
Cool. No
Okay.
problem.
Right. Okay, we will take a break then. We'll be right back.
pick up with 4 members having gone through the secret door into the waiting room. And Sasha, you are remaining at the table.
Yeah, I'll finish my beer. Just sort of walk up to the bar. Tell me, Lamech suggested a good whiskey to me.
Did she? We got a few. Do you want the strong stuff, or the sipping stuff, or the stuff that'll blind you?
I just want one shot for the road.
Okay. I'll pick just like she carries a look at you and just picks a bottle off the shelf, pulls out a glass. There you go. That's just 3 copper.
I'll just give a silver. That should cover all the rest of the drinks for tonight.
Yeah. So you need the restroom too? Alright.
Whiskey. I think this will tip me over the edge, don't you?
Mm.
And I'll just go, I'll bang it on the table, shot it, and then put it face down on the bar.
Oh, I've got to clean it now.
This way?
That way.
Thank you, sir. And I'll just sort of saunter over.
You wander through the door, step on the circle, flum. That's the cannon noise that they make. Flum. And yes, you appear in a waiting room with your friends.
Cool.
Carl, you've probably been there 25 minutes at this point, but people have slowly come through. Lamech enters the room from the only door off to the side. Well, glad you've all made it.
Yes,
No.
we didn't attract any attention whatsoever. We were very subtle.
Good. Well, if you'd like to come this way.
Absolutely.
You enter into this room. It's there are no windows in here, nor were there any in the waiting room. There are no other doors either. There is a desk at the far end, very sparsely decorated walls, and behind the desk is sat this large furry creature with these long arms, just sort of draped on the desk.
Do I recognise what it might be?
This is a bugbear.
Okay.
A bugbear, you say?
I do say. And she
As-
said,
As we were walking through from the waiting room, Kral would just put his hand on Maznak's shoulder and cast Enhance ability for Eagle Splendor and give him advantage on charisma checks for the next hour.
Cool. Awesome.
So tempted to say, oh, Sasha stubs her toe and goes, oh, Chakotay. Out loud. But no.
So,
Gee.
good evening. Sorry, good afternoon? Evening? No, it's still afternoon, I think.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you would be Inamaya, is that correct?
I would, yes.
Superb. Well, my name is Mazdak. I'm sure Lamech has told you all about me and how we assisted the cleanup operation, as you might say. Well, sort of. Anyway, we are looking for some information, if you would be so kind. We've been asked to investigate someone. We are the investigators, by the way, and this is Dalen, and this is Bernia, and this is Sasha, and this is oh God, names have gone again.
Kral.
Kral. This is Kral. Sorry, my brain this evening. I do apologise. So, we are the investigators. We have been sent to investigate someone who keeps a sort of laboratory/warehouse in this area, and we were informed you may well know the location of such a thing.
I think I know of which warehouse you speak. I know only of it through its reputation.
Lots of
This
strange magical happenings by any chance?
This would be that of a grandmaster of...
Indeed.
Several, yes.
Well, I was trying to not mention his name, just in case there are ears around. But
There are no ears here. We keep
Yes.
a very tight ship.
I'm absolutely certain that you do. I have, of course, heard of you before. I used to live in the area. So, of course, I know of you and all of your good work. It is a pleasure to finally meet you.
It is nice to meet a supporter.
Yes, I would definitely say that I am a supporter. Absolutely.
Good.
Would you be able to furnish us with this information? Could we have the location of this particular warehouse and any other information you may know about it? Does it get left alone by Sabiri's forces, or does it employ them to guard its environs, perhaps?
Well, you touch on a point there. I do not know where it is. It is a very well kept secret.
Right.
But the Sabiri's people do, in a way, work for several in. They look for particular imports that may be of use to several, and they steal and deliver them to him.
I see.
Why does this not surprise me?
This is looking increasingly like we have a bit of a problem in the Mage Council. So, so roughly, do we know the kind of area it is likely to be in? You said that there was
There is you would know of the warehouse district not too far from the tavern in which you left. It will be somewhere in there, but it is so shrouded in several's magic that it is difficult to pinpoint unless you have been specifically told where it is. You cannot accidentally find it. But we may be able to scratch each other's backs in a way.
I'm certainly open for that sort of thing.
If you guys, who I have been told can do some very useful things when dealing with several men, if you could assist in a particular mission, you could also use that opportunity to speak with some of Sabiri's men that will know and will be able to tell you the whereabouts of this warehouse.
That's a very good plan. I like this plan. I don't sort of look around at the rest of the group for anyone that's obviously not up for this. Okay.
Well, if we can clean some of the scum off your streets in the process, then all's the better. Can't
Sasha starts miming thumbs being pulled off.
say that I'm too pleased that a member of the Mage Council is actively sponsoring the thuggery in the area.
Absolutely not. This is where I grew up.
Yeah.
Can't say I'm surprised.
I mean,
I think it started as a way for him to get hold of difficult to find things, difficult, expensive things that he could just pay some local thugs to procure for him, and it's turned into a way to fund a very dangerous organization. And he doesn't seem to care, so he continues to do this work.
Right. Okay.
So
what's the mission?
there is a ship that is set to dock later tonight, carrying a shipment of weaponry. This is something that Savidi's men would like to get their hands on, and I would very much like them not to.
if
It
you're,
is swords and crossbows and things.
I was going to say, if you don't mind me asking, what type of weaponry are we talking?
Yes.
Mundane weaponry, or are we talking of the arcane variety?
Nothing that I know of, nothing magical in any way. This is just restocking supplies and arming other individuals like the people that you met with some more dangerous weaponry that would assist in shaking down local businesses, which, of course, we want to stop.
So what was the name of the ship?
The the name Runa of Fame just popped into my brain. That's not the one. The ship is called the Batoned Hatches. It is a very well fortified ship, hence the name.
Do you want us to
I
sink?
Sorry.
Do you want us to sink this ship?
No, I do not think that sinking the ship would be necessary. It is owned by a legitimate business. They have been paid to bring in a shipment, and they have done so.
Very well.
But what you do with the weaponry, whether you remove them and take it somewhere else, whether you destroy the weapons, whether you throw them into the harbor, that may make them recoverable. But I just do not want them in the hands of the enemy.
Would they be better in your hands?
I mean, if we could get the ship to you, or if you could have some man standing by.
That could be good, yes.
Where is the shipment supposed to be going?
Into Kantichi, I believe. As far as I know, there is trouble on the southern border with the orcs. No offense, Big Man.
So the shipment, we shouldn't reroute it to you, we should route it to where it's supposed to be going.
Probably, but I do not think that the Kanticians will miss a particular shipment.
I see.
So,
okay. Well, I think we play that by ear.
Maybe you could offload some of them to us so that we could use them for good cause.
Indeed. Well, yes, I think a decision on that will be possibly taken in the moment, as it were.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, the sort of men that will be set to take the shipment, Severi's men, will be also the sort that would know the whereabouts of the laboratory, because these are the experienced men with stealing the things that several will want, so they will know where to deliver it.
That means that we need to subdue them, not kill them. And
Or-
Kroll looked pointedly at Mazdak and Sasha.
Or we follow them. But then they might not be going to the warehouse
They
tonight.
may not.
So, yeah, okay. Well, then, tell you what, depending on how many there are, obviously we can make a decision in the moment as to which one or ones we subdue,
Well,
and which
if
we have
if
to
we sub
remove.
if we subdue as many as possible, we can use some of them as an example.
Right.
Like I used it earlier.
Yes, indeed. Yes, possibly.
I do not necessarily condone
No.
extreme force,
No.
but
I think that execution is not something we should be doing.
Absolutely not. I will leave the subduing to others. I will just do the talking.
Enema, can I ask a quick question off topic?
okay.
Has any of the arcane canonry continued to come through over the past couple of years?
The arcane cannons, they came through a few years ago, but I do not think we have seen many in
what,
the
the
last few years.
six or so years?
Probably that time span, yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Good.
But I think the Cantesian military are well stocked with them by now.
Well, I should hope so.
And they are well made, so they do not break easily.
Oh, they are the best.
And I imagine they're a bit more careful about getting them to where they're supposed to be.
Well, when the Cantesians are involved, they of course look after themselves, don't they?
Either that or, the threat of the fact that you can detonate them. But,
Well, yes. I think it was Eluin was the Mage Council member who dealt with the cannons, but he's the other elf, I believe.
Hmm.
You do not like elves?
I don't like several.
Oh, well, he is a very special kind of elf.
So, to get slightly back to topic,
Yes.
the ship is coming in at midnight, you say?
Later this evening, I think it is about 10 p.m.
10 p.m. Okay, fair enough. So, what time is it now, DM?
It's probably 5-ish.
5-ish, okay. So, let's make a plan. Will there be any of your troops around, or is this just an us mission because you don't want to be seen to put them off?
I think it would be good if we were not involved. If you want extra help, then I could probably supply some, but
Okay, well,
I think you can handle it.
Just have someone on hand to take the shipment when we
yes, indeed.
liberate it from their hands.
Okay, so should we perhaps go back to the Crow and Anchor and maybe get a room and make a plan?
That would be good. You will need to go back to the Crow and Anchor. There is no other way out of it.
Well, quite, yes. And then we can scope out, the docks as well, and make sure. Which wharf was it? It's due into?
The ship is due into 4F.
4F.
Perhaps they're looking for workers on the dock, and myself and Dalen and perhaps Bernia could do some work on the dock so we can keep an eye on things.
I mean, there's always things to be moved. I don't think I'd be particularly brilliant at that type of job.
There are quite a number of people who hang out at the docks looking for work, looking for companionship. There is many reasons to be at the docks, so I'm sure you will think of a suitable disguise.
Indeed. So, right. We will contact you when the shipment is ready. And once we have our information, I think, well, we'll decide what to do about that closer to the time. It's probably a good idea.
Okay.
And as you are not wanting to be involved, perhaps we should repair to the pub and make our plans. The less you know, the better, I suspect.
Quite right.
Marvellous. So, let us repair.
But I'm sure this will go perfectly.
I'm absolutely certain it will. All we have to do is make a plan. We're good at plans.
Make a plan, execute the plan, profit.
Exactly.
Or, the usual fashion, make a plan. The plan goes wrong. Improvise. People die. We achieve our goal.
No. We're going to do the first one.
I think so. Well, it has been my pleasure to meet you all.
Mine as well. It's finally good to finally see the face behind the name, as it were.
Well, I'm sure if you are looking to do more good in this town at some point, you can come and see me. Come and speak to Stan.
Absolutely, we will. Indeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I will turn and walk out the door. And so, somebody. Actually, no, we're going through back to a safe-ish place, aren't we? So I can go first. I'll just walk through the portal.
I'll be right behind him.
It would probably have made sense to go back in the same order, but sure.
I've gone.
And
Yeah.
Aiden's gone as well. So the two of you appear in this cupboard.
Open the door and walk out.
I'm
Not
going
to Star. Stan, do you rent rooms here at all?
Why, yes, we do.
Oh, how excellent! May we rent one room, please?
Just the one?
Yes, I think just the one.
Okay. Well, I think given the fact that you went through that door and came back okay, I think you're friends, so I'll give you the discount.
Fantastic, thank you.
I'll just be 5 silver for the night.
5 silver, absolutely, and I'll pay you that.
For the rest of you, are you going to wait short bursts? Or are you all going to pile if you put it away?
I'll go last again.
Yeah, I'll give it about 10 minutes after they've gone through and then, lumber through.
Okay. Master Dalen, you can go and sit back at the table where you were, where you wait for people to come through. Kral comes through, then Burnley comes through a little bit after, and then comes in as well.
And as he goes past, Kral will lean over and go, if you all don't mind, I'd like 2 more of those fish, if you could send them over.
Certainly, yeah.
So, I've got us a room, so we can go and have a little bit more privacy to discuss what we need to discuss. And yes, I think that's a good thing. I'm sure we can take some drinks, etc., with us, although perhaps not too many of the top shelf drinks this time.
Of course.
And I will. So, shall we head up to the room?
I'll grab a beer and head on up.
Fair enough.
I'll grab my
Yes.
fish on the way past.
You'll go up?
I'll grab my fish on the way past.
Yeah, that's fine. You can get your fish. You can get your beer. It's 2 copper for the beer. It's a copper each for the fish. Each fish. So 2 for you as well. And you make your way up to a room. not the nicest place, but I'm sure you would expect that at this point of this establishment.
Yeah, it's not like we're going to be sleeping here. If we need to sleep, we'll go back to our place.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just literally just a room to discuss and make a plan.
Yeah.
So, and I'll, from memory, sketch out the docks and say, look, this is 4F, where the ship will be coming in at 10. So, if we, I think, split into 2 groups would be best, with some maybe joining the looking for work crew and others sort of just hanging back in the shadows.
I mean, you could be on the docks, Mazdak, as in you were looking for somebody to transport some items for you. The others
Sure.
could be there to find work.
Perhaps I could have a bodyguard, perhaps?
I mean, I could fit the bill.
Sure, okay.
I am quite large.
Okay, so if we're stopped, I'll say that we're looking for a suitable ship and captain to move some goods for me. Brilliant, okay. And the 3 of you will be don't
I
actually
have an idea for
Okay.
myself.
I will just look for work, shift some boxes, see if I can find something close to that particular wharf.
I would find myself sat looking out across the bay, smoking a pipe. Not
okay.
doing anything, just enjoying the view.
Okay.
Perhaps I would purchase a fishing rod.
I mean, sure.
And Dalen?
I'm just going to sit on a crate and watch the world go by.
Okay, so we have 2 watching the world go by, 1 throwing boxes around, and us pretending to look for a ship. Okay, that's
I'm
good.
not.
So, the next question is, do we? It depends on how many of them there are, doesn't it? Really, as to how we operate from there. I think over planning that part would be a mistake, because obviously things can change very rapidly.
I would refuse to attack them unless they are hostile to us first.
It depends on the size of the crew, but I think that we need to keep at least 2 of them. We need to subdue at least 2 of
Yes.
them.
Well, we wait for them. Should we wait for them to take the shipment?
Well, if they take possession of the goods, they'll be distracted.
Yes.
And I think that would be a good time to
So,
strike.
and then we will wait for them to start moving the shipment off before attacking.
I mean, we could roll up on them as they start to move out. They may mistake us as guards or excise man.
Exactly. So we could very quickly surprise them and subdue them, as you say, depending on how many there are.
Like I said, we only need to get 1 or, well, we need at least 2, I guess.
But we need to stop the shipment from being moved as well.
Of course. I mean, if we can get a couple of them, we can scare the others off, I imagine.
Indeed. Well, I don't think these are going to be low-level thugs that we saw this morning. I think these are going to be more experienced and probably better armed and armoured.
I somehow don't think they're going to be expecting a rather large priestly fellow who can, do some damage, a rather large lady with a rather large axe, a cannon, lots of magic, and a rather large sword.
Well, no, quite.
And none of them ever expect an Eldritch Blast in the face.
Well,
I mean,
that is quite unexpected normally, yes. But so, yes, So we wait until they've got the shipment, start to move off, and then we disable whatever they put the shipment into, maybe a cart or something. Maybe take the wheels out, one of the wheels out, and then that will alert them to the problem, and then we can persuade some of them to tell us what we need to know.
If I'm loading or unloading in the area, I can accidentally crash into them.
Well, I mean, I could also have Cares in the air as a lookout.
Okay, sounds good. Right, that sounds like a plan.
Let's see if it survives contact with the enemy.
So, during my hours in the pub, could I have used a short rest and used arcane recovery?
Yes.
Just to get one of my precious spell slots back. 'Cause, okay. Spells. Yeah. I'd only used one, but, you know, I've only got 5.
Okay. So you're going to head to the dock before 10 o'clock, position yourselves as described, and wait for people to turn up.
Yep.
Okay, so you can so you can spend some time waiting there and getting yourselves ready at sort of 9:30-ish.
Yep. I'll lead everybody down to the docks, and just before we get into the docks proper, because we're right at the end, aren't we? In the Crow and Anchor. So I suggest we scatter now, and then it will look better once we get there.
Very well.
So
I will try and find a ship near Wharf 4F where I can offer my services to load or unload.
and I
Yeah,
will
okay.
walk with Kral sort of down the various wharfs, sort of looking at each ship and saying, "Oh, no, maybe," and just sort of not actually talking to any of the captains, just looking at the ships.
Yeah. Okay. Some stuff. Yeah, that we do.
Sort of time it so that I get to 4F just as the ship's docking in, so that I'm looking at the next wharf, as it were.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, yeah, you can do that. Sasha, you go and find some what is it, a nearby ship you're offering to help shift some box for. Yeah, there's a ship in 3F that you can go and assist. They're used to this kind of thing. People coming along for a few coin just to shift some boxes. That's fairly normal. Bernia and Dalen, you go and take up positions sat on a box or on a dock.
I'm somewhere sat on the dock.
Yeah.
Legs kind of slightly dangling over the edge. Just smoking away, looking out over the water.
I've got images of Dalen sitting with his feet over the edge with a bit of string tied to one of his big toes dangling in the water doing a bit of fishing.
We consider it.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Okay, so you're going to take up positions and sit and wait. The ship in question you see coming from some way off, and it gets in sort of 5 to 10-ish. Goes and excuse me.
Certainly.
Goes and pulls into the allocated dock and ties up, and there are people on board that begin to start moving around and things. Dalen and Kral, probably before anyone else, notice a large group of men heading towards the dock from the other side,
How many we
from,
talking?
from the land. Say again?
How many we talking?
Quick glance, maybe 10.
Okay, cool. And sort of like as he spots this, he sort of like just nudge Mazdak.
Hmm?
I believe that our friends have arrived.
Ah, okay. So just sort of look around, see, make sure that Dalen has seen, and sorry, God, names are really
Bernia and
irregular
Sasha.
today. Bernia and Sasha. Well, Sasha probably hasn't because she's working hard, but Bernia just want to make sure that she's seen. So I don't say to out loud to Kral. So, what about this one? I think it's quite large, and perhaps, I mean, you could fit quite a lot of people on it.
I mean, it might suit your purposes. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I'm saying that loud enough for the others to hear. There's a lot of people, so that they kind of get what's going on.
Get the gist.
You get the gist. The group of men get towards the dock and just ignore everything. They just walk on up to where the ship is docked. The gangplank is down by now, and people are sort of starting to organise boxes up on the top deck. This group of men just storm up that gangplank, push people over. People get smacked around, tied up, and then the group of thugs begin to rout the ship.
They are certainly efficient, I'll give them that.
Right, let's get on board and get busy,
I mean,
because they're not going to
Cool.
come down. They won't be expecting us to go up and hit them while they're.
cornering them on the
We-
ship is probably a better idea than cornering them down
Exactly.
here anyway. Right, come on then. Let's get to it.
Yep. Okay, and I will follow Kral, and I'm assuming the other three are sort of watching what we're doing,
Oh yeah.
and I'll just
Yeah.
sort of point up in the air.
So I'm going to have to use a spell slot to do this, but as we walk along, again, Mazdak will see Kral make the arcane symbols in the air and then touch 3 places on his shell, and you'll see sort of the arcane cannon form on the top of his shell again.
Okay. Those of you that are not, if you would like to log into Roll20,
Oh yes.
That's a
I
good
can,
shout.
I had it up, but I hadn't logged in because it'd been a while.
I keep
Yeah.
forgetting. I keep
Been a
forgetting.
while.
I
Martin's
am
rolled.
logged
Been a
in
while.
already.
Here I is, boy.
And just as we're going up, I'm just going to sort of mutter to myself and use false life.
okay.
So where is it? There we are. We have got 8 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Nice.
Full on. That's lovely.
Hell yeah.
That's that's another half of my health gone on there. Yes. Up to 24.
Ooh.
Indestructible.
This ship looks an awful lot like a courtyard.
It does.
Yeah.
Destructibrew.
So I haven't got the dock and the position on that, but I've got. I'll put you all in the water. There we go. You can all right,
Going to drown.
and then zerp.
Okay.
Very nice.
Lovely.
So obviously we've got the 4 decks of the ship.
Mhm.
The one on the far end is obviously just up steps from the main deck. I don't know nautical terms. There are decks.
Yeah.
Bunch of dicks.
Okay.
So yes, I've got you guys over here. The gangplank is coming up to the top deck and leads up to sort of here.
Okay.
I'm heading in. There's one guy stood there, sort of on guard at the top of that gangplank there,
Okay.
and you can only see him and one other on that top deck from where you are.
Okay. Fair enough.
Right.
So, obviously, Kral is going up first, so I will follow him.
I'll be a few feet behind because I was at the sort of further down the dock.
Yeah,
I
I'll
would
be,
have been right at the dock, so I would have been probably behind Crowl and Nasdaq.
I'll probably be the last one.
Can I like? Do something like that.
Oops.
So you've got, well, sort of oops. I can get hold of. Can I get hold of that? I want to do. Oh. No, that didn't really help. Well, I was trying to sort of draw a bit of a dock there, so you've got something to work from, but it's fine. We'll get rid of that. Yeah. Okay. So, the guy at the top was he stood there looking out and sees you all coming, and he shouts, "What the fuck do you guys want?"
You'll just see the Eldritch cannon on top of Kral's shell just literally just swivel to him and fire.
Yeah. So
Okay.
as soon as he does that, I'll Eldritch Blast him as well.
Okay, right. We'll call this a surprise round, and then we'll get into initiative.
Okay.
So, were any of you others making surprise attacks?
Yeah, if I see those two do it, then I would chuck out something. Chill touch. That'll do it.
Okay, so
Can I fire an arrow with my bow?
you may.
I got a natural 20
Nice.
for
Good start.
26.
Jesus. That's +8, so 27 to hit.
18 to hit.
18 or 7. 22 hits. Bernia?
I'm not making a surprise attack.
Okay, so everybody hits.
I rolled damage of 18.
7. 7 plus 4 is 11. So I do a ranged spell attack. It's 11 points of force damage.
Okay,
8 points of piercing.
and Dylan?
13 points necrotic.
This guy's not having a great day.
My boy dead. He's currently on minus 10 hit points.
Okay, cool.
I mean, fair.
He's definitely subdued.
So he turns around and says, "What the fuck do you guys want?"
Yeah. And the blast from the cannon. It says that force damage and pushing the target creature up to 5 feet away from the cannon. So you basically just see everything hit him and he just fly back into the railing.
Okay. That went well.
Well, I would say that we have announced ourselves.
Oh, absolutely. We better get on board before the other guy warns the rest of them. Although they might have noticed.
Mr. Dalen, Miss Sasha, if you could pull the gangplank up as well, up onto the deck, please. Because we don't want anybody escaping now, do we?
Definitely not.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'll put my bow away and help Dalen pull on the gangplank.
So yeah, we would have. I assume we're going up onto the ship then, as we were sort of halfway along the gangplank, just finish move onto the ship.
Yeah.
Do you want us to roll initiative?
Yes, please.
Initiative.
Okay. Yep.
Cheers.
Very
Wow.
nice. That's not bad.
That's terrible.
I'm sticking with D&D Beyond today. Stir me some lovely rolls.
Fair enough.
Oh, did that just... Oh, it did. Well, that's a lot of people. Okay. Well, I've got you guys all on multiple times.
That's fine. We don't mind having 5 attacks per round.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Fine.
clear you all off.
Yeah, I mean, we're good with multiple attacks per round. That's good.
And that's your back. Well, he's dead, so I'll take him off.
To be fair, the poor guy didn't really stand much of a chance.
No.
Like that. Yeah, just trying to make sure I'm not got duplicates of these. That's you. Yeah. Yep, perfect. Okay. Right. So I've got Mazdak in at 17.
Yep.
Others should be able to add theirs in.
There we go, yeah.
Yeah, there we are. I've got one. So let's go. Ooh. Do these guys. Do these.
I keep trying, but every time I type it in, it just goes back to 0.
Type in and press enter.
I've done that. It goes to 0.
That's odd.
Mine was 12 anyway.
Okay, I'll add that in a second.
You might want to move your little doohickey, Ash.
He can stay there for now. It's fine.
Well, you still up there as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm lying down apparently as well.
That's because you were having a nice rest last time.
Yeah, spinning on my shell. Yeah,
Yeah.
do my party trick. Keep retracting. Let's try and build the centrifugal force to keep me spinning.
Go. Cool. Right.
Sweet.
So,
Did you pop Dalen in at 12?
there we go. Thank you. There we go. Okay. Buckshot. Europe.
way I see it, we got two choices. We can secure the top deck and wait for them to come back and ambush them, or we can go down and we can sort things out below decks. What do y'all want to do?
Tactically, it would be better to get rid of the people up here. Otherwise, when we're fighting down below, they will come behind us.
Right, y'all. So we securing the top deck, yeah?
Secure the top.
Okay, so I'll move over to this. How far can I get? So I was here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can get up the stairs onto the next part of the deck, I think. So I think it's over here.
Yep.
So we got Chappie over here next to me.
Yep.
Would I be able to see him from the bottom of the stairs?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna come to here. And what am I gonna do? Is he sort of so what I'll do is I'll pull out a sort of like a 5-pound barbarian, and then I'll sort of load it in the top of the cannon and cast catapult and fire it at him.
Cool. Okay, so that's a deck save, is it?
That is a dex save, yeah.
Good. 19.
Passes, but it still takes. Oh no. Okay, so no, so he just misses. Cool.
Okay. Anything else?
Bonus action, I can use the cannon again. So it's just a straight roll on a spell attack roll.
Okay.
So that's an 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Cool.
Yes, just hits.
He takes 9 points of force damage.
Okay. Right then. So you do nothing, you do nothing, you do nothing. You Mazdak.
Okay.
Over to you.
I'm going to. What am I going to do? I'm going to cast Chill Touch at this dude over here.
Which person? The archer on that deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that one there. So let's try that. That's an 11.
Doesn't hit, I'm afraid.
Okay. I don't think I can do anything with my bonus action. No, I'm going to stay there. Yeah, I'll stay exactly where I am. That's my go.
Okay. It's now that archer's turn. They're going to take a shot at 2 shots at Bernia, who's the closest. We did like this in there, yeah. So got an 18 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
But a 10 doesn't, I'm assuming.
Does not.
That will do 12 points of damage.
Oof.
Maxed it.
Nice.
Ow.
And that's them. And you're going to do nothing in Dayland.
I'm going to move up to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 and do the same chill touch on that guy.
Okay.
That's 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That's 8 points of necrotic damage.
Nice.
And that was a cantrip with my bonus action. I'll cast Shield of Faith on Mazdak.
Ooh, what's that do?
2+2 to your AC.
Nice.
And I'm concentrating on that.
Yep.
That's my go.
Okay. Person on the top deck over there, he's going to fire down at Dalen. Because this stonking huge fella has just turned up. A 9's not going to hit, but maybe a 20 will.
20 will.
And that's 10 points of damage.
Okay, I rolled a concentration check. It's 12, so that's okay. So how much damage was it? 10 points, you said?
Yes.
Ow, that hurt. Okay.
Okay. That was you. Very you. Okay, so this guy's going to come down to have a go at Buckshot. Have a go is just going to shout some obscenities at you. Wait, no, he's going to take a couple of swings.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
My armor class is 17, so
Okay, well, the 15 misses, but the natural 20 hits.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah. that's fine.
But that's 13 points of damage.
Cool.
So,
Oops. Just noticed I get 2 beams of Eldritch Blast.
oh!
No, my bad for not reading it properly.
There you go, you know now.
I do.
Bernia. Bernia?
Jay,
Sorry. Okay. Guy shot me, so I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20 up to him and kind of look at the arrow sticking out of me, look at him, draw my sword. Take 2 attacks.
Yep. Go for it.
The first one, oh, I might actually hit today. That is a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
Ooh. Re-roll that one. Can I re-roll the other one? Hang on. Just checking great weapon fighting. I can re-roll both of those. They roll
Nice.
terribly. That's much better. That is brain 12 points of slashing damage. And then my second attack, because I get 2 attacks per action. Yeah, it's fun. It's a natural 20.
Well, hey.
Gee,
Blimey.
nice.
I feel bad for this guy now.
I wouldn't.
Re-roll the 1.
He's a bad man.
Re-roll the 1 into a 6.
Nice.
10, 16, 19, 22 points of slashing damage.
Very nice.
Okay.
And
Another dead.
Very dead.
okay, I think I'm also going to use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay. Well, you can actually, as I understand, I should have double checked the source books,
Yeah.
but you can, when you knock someone out with a melee attack, you can choose, when you take them down to 0 hit points with a melee attack,
Non-lethal damage.
you can choose to do non-lethal damage and not
Yeah,
go back.
if I can, considering the fact I crit on last attack. Bernie wouldn't want to be killing these guys, just not.
Just
Oh.
twat him with the flat of a sword.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
did he go caught up?
Oh,
I think
there we
I've
go.
got him.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can take your first swing where you get a really nice slice, and then on the back swing, just crack them in the side of the head with the
Yeah.
hilts, and I will find a different icon to show that he's knocked out.
I believe. Where is it?
I've got an icon with just like dazed stars or something.
Just put like an orange dot on him.
He's got a screaming headache. There we go.
there we go. That'll do.
I put my AC up because of Shield of Faith and the warding enchantment on my weapon.
Yeah.
So that 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'll move back 10 feet, kind of looking at the stairs where that other archer is. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Very nice. Yep. Okay, Sasha.
I'm going to stroll along to this guy. Get really, really cross.
Have
Okay.
you got
twat him.
a rage?
Okie dokie. 27 to hit.
Uh-huh.
Do you want it separate for different types of damage, or just want it all together?
Lump it.
$29, 30 points of damage.
Wow. That's
Jesus.
a lot.
Well, I get 2d6s on my sword. I get a d6 of necrotic for my sword being special in that way, and I also get on my first attack a d6 of divine fury. So it's 4d6, and I rolled 6,655.
Wow.
That's a lot.
It's a shame you didn't roll 6,665 because he's on 1 HP.
Uh-huh. I suspect not for long.
Unfortunately, I only get one attack because I'm not full barbarian. So that is me.
Okay. Think if you guys are okay, we'll do one more round because we've hit 10 o'clock,
Sure.
and then we'll. I feel we'll be in a good battle position to pause it there.
Sure.
So, Grant.
So I'm going to pull out my light hammer, and I'm just going to look at him because he's come down yelling obscenities at me. I'm just like, "Do you kiss your mother with that mouth? That's not very nice." Bonk. And I'm going to try and knock him out.
Yep.
So 15 plus 3 is
That hits.
18.
Yep.
So just 4 damage, but I literally just want to smack him. Literally, you'll just see Kroll pull out this small hammer and just whack him on the forehead and then push him over.
Then that's what happens, and he is sprawled out unconscious on the deck.
Cool.
Okay.
And then as my bonus action, I'm going to instruct Kez to watch him. And then if he tries to get up, crack him on the head again.
Okay.
And then that will be so I'm going to put Kez there. And then I'm going to use my movement to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there. Towards the stairs.
Okay. Cool. These people, you're down there, you're there. Mazdak, over to you.
Okay, can I see the archer at the top?
Yes, you will be
Okay.
able to.
Okay. Eldritch Blast twice. So first one's a 21 to hit,
Yep.
and the second one's a 13.
The 13 doesn't hit, I'm afraid.
That is... Oops, no, I rolled the wrong thing there. Ignore that. It's chill touch damage. 5 points of Eldritch Blast damage.
5 points of EBD.
And I'll stay where I am. I'm good.
Yep, okay. Excellent. You're unconscious. You're down there. Dalen.
I take it the stairs going up to where that archer is are right in front of me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I could go
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 and twat him.
Sure. Twat
Okay.
away.
That's what I'm going to do. Hit him with my Morning Star. He shot me.
Hit me.
23 to hit.
23 hits.
Okay.
Hit me with your Morning Star. Hit me.
So that's 6 points of damage, bludgeoning, but I'm going to throw in Touch of Death so he gets an extra 15 points of necrotic damage. So that's 21 points of damage.
What the
He shot me.
What the bastro is that?
Hit them with your rhythm star. Whoosh.
I'm just preparing him to go and meet Vastro.
Just really, really quickly.
Nice and tenderized.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Dalen's Morning Star caves in the side of his face, and the necrotic damage just starts to melt him.
Definitely. Wow. That's insane. That's cool. They are just about still alive. Can you do anything else?
No, that's me.
Okay. Well, this guy's going to try and take out a short sword and have a stab back at you. Excuse me. Oh my word. I rolled a pair of 19s, so I think he hits you both times.
Yes, he does.
But it's just that. Oof. But that's not his thing. So that's both hits, total 12 damage.
Okay.
And then that person is unconscious. Bernier.
Okay, I'm gonna move. Seeing as Dalen's filled up the staircase.
He is quite
10,
wide.
15, 20, 25, 30. And coming up behind, I'm going to kind of draw my dagger and throw it, aiming for the hilt to hit the back of his head. Making sure Discord's all caught up. Not amazing. That's a 12 to hit with the dagger.
Unfortunately not.
Okay. Really do anything else. So I'll just be kind of stood there ready to intercept him if Dalen, if he runs away from Dalen. Not much else I can do. That'll be my turn.
Okay, then Sasha, you're up last.
Can I use my turn to grab some rope from nearby and tie the dude up that's knocked out in front of me?
I can say you can do that.
So he's on his stomach, his hands and his legs are tied together behind him.
Do a survival check for tying ability.
While she's doing that, just a question for you, Martin. This thing about knocking people out,
Yes.
are they the same rules as us as unconscious? They do death saving throws, or do they get a chance to come back, wake up again each round, or how does that look?
Once they're knocked out, they're not going to wake up in the middle of combat. It will be 20, 30 minutes or something. They'll be out
Okay.
just for the sake of ease. Yeah.
17.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no problem. Even in such a short space of time, you just rip it out, tie 'em up. You're a practiced hand at tying up men.
Another one of her kinks.
Okay, and then it's just all the people downstairs. So, okay, for the ease and completionism of getting the top deck people done, the guy up here, I'm going to retract a little bit and just say he's going to use his action to try and jump off the side of the ship. So he's either going to disappear or he's going to get smacked by Dalen.
He's going to get smacked by Dalen.
I mean,
Unless you miss.
Yeah.
I missed.
Oh, God.
I got a 12.
Okay.
oh dear.
He's in the water. But
This is
we
where
will-
Mazdak sticks his head over and Eldritch blasts him in the face.
maybe.
I mean,
That might.
that could happen.
Okay. Well, we'll leave it there then for this week.
Awesome.
And there's no chance of me calling off next week because of football reasons.
No, indeed not.
I wonder why that is.
Because the final is next Sunday.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you not watching it then?
It's 3:00. If England were in it, there's a chance I wouldn't be in a fit state to.
No. You'd
I don't
probably
care.
be very, very, very drunk at that point.
Either whichever way that went would have gone.
Yeah.
But yes, I may still watch it, but I don't care about the outcome of it. So
Who's in the final then?
No, we don't know.
we've got two semi-finals left. We've got Croatia versus Argentina. Argentina will win that,
Probably.
and then we've got France versus Morocco, and France will win that.
Probably.
So-
But I'm going to root for Morocco anyway.
Me too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Croatia. I want a Croatia-Morocco final. That'd be brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
Because somebody that's not won it before. Come on.
Yeah.
Just to shake it up, a little bit of difference. But anyway, yes, let's get back to D&D. Thank you very much, Martin. That was brilliant fun. I look forward to the resumption of hostilities next Sunday. That will be really good fun. Thank you all for watching. If you watched and enjoyed, brilliant. Chuck us a follow, chuck us a like. If you hated it, off you fuck. If you didn't watch it, then I don't know who you are. I'm not talking to anybody. Okay. We, of course, will be back here on Tuesday for Helleran Rising, our persistent campaign. It's all getting a bit over there. Peladas has got a bit snippy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. It should be fun.
Druid's dialing wrong numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's visiting different people for some reason. But, yes, we will be here.
I think I'm going to end up running a How to Talk to Your Deity for Dummies seminar.
Yes. Yeah, so some sort of workshop where, you teach them how to speak respectfully.
Either that or
to
Snow
gods.
might have to either that or Snow might have to disappear for a few months just to go and do some dedicated recruiting.
Indeed. So yeah, we'll be back here on Tuesday with that, 7:30. I hope you join us. That'll be good fun. And of course, we'll be back here next Sunday. So for episode 18. So, have a wonderful evening, everyone, and yeah, we will see you very soon. Bye bye.